All right, so welcome in. Today we're going to dive into an AR application that may showcase an opportunity to potentially integrate into Web3, NFTs, and a variety of different use cases that I think you guys are going to be interested in. If you're thinking about AR and the future of where NFTs may play into that, this may be one of those projects to keep an eye on. So we're going to do a deep dive. My name is Paul Barrow. Welcome back to Metaverse Insider. Joining me today is Anna Belova, who is the CEO of MyWebAR AR. Great to have you on the show.
Hi, really glad to
Hey,
hear it.
hi Anna. Okay, so Anna, first of all, let's just kind of go a little bit into WebAR. Give us just a quick rundown. I mean, I've looked at the app. I've kind of played a little bit with some of the use cases of it, but what is your primary goal? What are you guys trying to do with MyWebAR?
So generally, like in company and our team, our main goal to make augmented reality available for everyone. And this is the main reason why we started to create no-code platform that allows everyone non-technical person create their AR experience just only 2 or 3 minutes. So we truly believe that AR will be everywhere, and today we have a lot of cases and industries when the people and business use it. And I think it's like if you would like to jump into to a world of immersive technology, you need to have
Yeah.
a tool or you need to have something that allows you to do it quickly, and you don't need to have like a long time for learning, programming, or something like that.
Yeah, I was looking at no code solution required, so that I think will make it an easy onboard and probably something that a lot of utilization aspects will play into its use case. When you look at the interactive aspect of it, and we'll show some different variations here, but I'm kind of curious because one of the things I was looking at was like the Lucky Duck. We've got some other stuff there on screen just showing different use cases. But I noticed that you've got kind of this little web controller that's built into the tool set as well. When you think of interactive, how far are you guys looking to go with this? Is this just the beginning, or are you planning some other aspects of this?
Oh, so we have a lot of planning. Every
Yeah.
time when you develop a platform or something like that, you need to have a huge roadmap that allows your customers and creators to make more and more interactive mechanics. So, funny that when we started in AR in 2015, not a lot of people uh, thought about augmented reality and how it will looks like. And when we launched the platform, we understand that we need to provide some interesting technique because usual people like and consumer would like to have really interesting experience with augmented reality. It's not like I just have a camera, scan something, and see 3D models or something like that, just how it comes to life. It's not interesting. Our main goal to provide a solution when augmented reality can really solve different business tasks, can really hire, for example, customer engagement on something like that. And this is the reason why we add more and more interactive mechanics on our platform, and we explain how it can work in the different industries. So, for my opinion, we never imagine how many interactive mechanics we will have in the platform, but I promise that it will be more and more with every month.
Cool. So, I mean, we've seen a lot happening in social media around integration of AR, all sorts of filter integrations, things of that nature. I want to look at one of your features was your stencil plugins. And this looks pretty interesting because it could play into something even if you look at, the highly successful artifacts and what Nike has been able to do. The potential here is now to apply this to a lot of different products or use cases. Is there a plan to take this out into any sort of NFT integration in the future?
Yeah, so we have some NFT creators right now in our platform because,
Hmm.
as you mentioned, with one side, it's all about Metaverse. And following, for example, this plugin Stencil is just one of opportunity that they can use to show their arts or something like that. But So we don't concentrate just only from NFTs. We understand that it's a big area, and we provide for NFT creators some opportunities to make their work or arts in augmented reality. This is our side, and of course, we understand that it's maybe like a different mechanics as well. Stencil is just one of a case, because if you would like to show you something from your collection, it's a one case. If you would like to show some your collection on your physical product with connection with your physical product, like on this case, this is the second way. If you would like to show the whole your collection, you can also, for example, create your NFT gallery and show this from your consumers just only through one link. And
Right.
it's a huge opportunity. So, yeah, it depends what you would like to have it and what you would like to see by the end.
So more flexibility for creators to kind of jump into this. Obviously, Ready Player Me also integrated now. Use case scenario there. Potential for that pretty expansive, because we're starting to see Ready Player Me in a lot of open AI or in open platform scenarios right now in terms of use case. I'm just trying to think about how that right now you guys are the tool set. When you look at all the different varieties of how this might be utilized in there, do you feel that Web3 is kind of the home run for what you guys are looking at? Or do you think it's going to be more use case in traditional Web2 applications, like menus and things of that nature? And I'll show some of that here shortly. Here, of course, we're just showing some of the Ready Player, I think
So
Ready
it's
Player Me avatars there.
yeah, yeah. So it's a good question. I think it's mostly about what we think about immersive technology, like an industry in the whole, because immersive technology is not only about Web3 or augmented reality or
Right,
virtual reality or something like that. And today, a lot of people have a different opinions how it will look like and what we will have in our usual life. But we can definitely be sure that immersive technology from all their opportunities will be in our life. It will dramatically change how we can feel ourselves in the usual life. And of course, today we have two different sides. So from the today's side, we try to make a platform available and applicable from cases that businesses and creators can use today. Because we can discuss about the future, we can discuss about different devices and like different technologies. But today we have a market, and today we have a consumer
right.
who would like to use it right now, and we have just only mobile phone. This is
Mm-hmm.
one way. Second, strategically, of course, we keep in our mind how it can be developed and what kind of technology we need to add in the future. But it's like maybe a little early, because on the first side, you need to have in your mind how your consumer will use it. And if they don't have a pattern to use something, for
Right.
example, like AR glasses or something like that, you don't need it, right? But from another case, I can add that today we use also some technology from generative AI. You can create your text to 2D, or you can create soon uh, text to 3D, and it will be awesome, because from creator side, you don't need to create something, I don't know, like 3D model. You just need to say, I would like to have a uh, ball, and you will have a ball.
Yeah.
This is, I think, maybe more close than Web3, because it's about today's problem and today's questions.
Yeah, for sure. A couple of use cases. I was playing with your app here in studio, just with our, and you can kind of see this was kind of the idea that you were showing there, also from our Twitter feed. This just kind of shows real life use case, and this is just taking a QR code that you guys have right there, kind of just showcase what that looked like. We just printed that off your website. But if you jump over to the tweet, this goes into that very use case, which is let me kind of zoom up on that a little bit, just a little. Um, the business card application, video plugins, 3D models, 3D social icons. So I could see this really being something that would at least kind of give you a unique experience. Again, I think some of the use cases, as we start to see not only this advance, but also the creators kind of develop off of this, that I think is going to be the more exciting thing. Some other aspects within this that I wanted to talk about is the potential of projects that are already out there doing some pretty amazing things. Here's a good example. This is Cryptoys, and they are talking about both physical and digital products. We've had them on the show before. What's the potential for whether it's partnering or developing some sort of custom utilization of your technology with some of these kinds of companies like Cryptoys or maybe some of even the Web3 games?
So, from my opinion, maybe I really passionate about AR, but I thought that AR can be implemented from every industry and every vertical of business. The key question just how you would like to use it and why.
Mm-hmm.
So regarding Cryptoys, I think it's a huge opportunity as well because again, so it depends what kind of goal you would like to close and you would like to achieve using augmented reality from your customer, from visualization, on something like that. Because technology is growing really faster and is developing
Right.
really faster. And you can find a lot of opportunities how it can be used. Sometimes it may be a little difficult to create some cases right now, like an idea, but regarding the toys industry, for my opinion, it's really huge opportunity. And I forgot to mention that we have also unique technology that we called 3D object tracking. It means that every um, real object can be added with augmented reality, not like in a video right now,
Mm-hmm.
because it's obviously about the quark and something like that. But it's maybe really huge experience and amazing from different industries, including toys.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, we've already seen this integrated into some of the biggest toy makers out there from, Mario Kart, many others that are starting to integrate AR utilization. And we're starting to see a consumer base that's starting to get this. You've got Apple, of course, on the brink of launching possibly a new AR device or mixed reality at least. So the use cases, I think, are going to expand pretty dramatically. When you look at gaming, I think about Illuvium. They have these amazing characters. The art is absolutely some of the best I've seen in the industry, even though I'm not, in love with the strategy of Illuvium. But the point is they've got some really amazing looking gameplay and potential here. AR would be a
Mhm.
natural kind of use case, I guess, especially for people who really are into that particular game. This will happen in a lot of Web3 games. Do you feel like those kinds of partnerships would be good for MyWebAR?
Exactly. So, and we are open from a different partnerships, of course, because every case, every company has their unique vision, how we would like to use it, and how it can be helpful for them. And me and my team already open for such discussion and see how it can be potential collaboration. Uh, Again, so usually I recommend it. For people and company who would like to ask themselves how I can use augmented reality to have a couple of questions before. So the first, how would you like, what kind of business goals or task I would like to solve?
Mm-hmm.
Not only about AR, just one in general. And the second, how augmented reality can be helpful for you. For example, this is a really great visualization as we see right now. And of course, if you would like to share with it from your consumers and you would like to make it like more easy just using a link from WebAR, it will be awesome. Depends what
Yeah.
you would like to achieve, right? So
Yeah. Okay, so I think creating value is going to be the key there, and especially if it starts to leverage into third-party applications that could essentially in some way start to develop some sort of NFT component off of this, part of the puzzle of creating kind of an AR community out there. Other aspects I was noticing, we just showed this there just in terms of some of the art that was created from kind of a realistic model, and when it scans up here
mhm.
in a second, you guys will get a chance to see what we're talking about. But it starts to develop. I mean, I'm amazed with the ability of the tech. Number one, and I wanted to go into this tweet right here because is this what you're talking about? This new world tracking? Is this what you were explaining there a bit
One of
earlier?
them, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is taking a real world application. Explain what I'm seeing here of how the tool is being used.
So we call this mechanics AR portal. It means that you
Hmm.
can go walk inside another world, and you don't need to have VR, virtual reality for it. You just
Okay.
have your mobile phone or AR glasses, and you can go walk from the different worlds, but different from your real environment. So
Yeah, I'm just
usually
thinking
it used
VeVe
from
right here. VeVe would be, this is a good example of how VeVe is using it for displaying some of the collectibles within the, that would be a perfect matchup right there. So I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead with what you were saying.
No, I'm agreed with you. So it's a huge area of when you can use it. It's from design, arts, galleries, or some entertainment as well. Because, for example, you can jump into a drop of a water, or you can jump from a different land. It's about travel, something like that. So a lot of, for my opinion, and this is like my maybe my favorite, personal favorite, but I see huge opportunities for arts and the different artists who would like to show their works, because
Right.
for me it's a little headache for a lot of people. They can't go from their museum or something like that, but they would like to see it. And if artists will use it like AR portfolio or AR gallery, it will be like a huge opportunity for everyone. Imagine that you can see all works from your favorite artist right now, just only one link. The second step, you can buy it, you can try it in your home and something like that. And this is
Yeah.
amazing. Of course, all about entertainment, this is the second huge area, because so you can jump into the world from your favorite characters, play with them, um, feeling yourself like in another world. And it's mostly about emotion, of course. So like new experience, new emotion, and it's so excited.
Yeah. I was looking at, this was an interesting, the Magic project. This was HP Universe using MyWebAR. And you can kind of see the use case there of this was just showcasing kind of the Harry Potter element. Again, this could be utilized within theme parks. I'm thinking Disney exploration or potentially into the next theme park we may see, which will most likely be in the metaverse, and or at least a Web3 application that could start utilizing these kind of tool sets for sure. Very interesting tech. Last up that was on my list was the use case in food. This was just showing some of the aspects around, I'm not, we would say that if you know what's happening with like Artifact or with Polygon and Starbucks, they've just recently initiated a project. Again, this would be another tool set that could be utilized for something like that. And then the last component is food. So looking at one of the food aspects, the whole food industry was pretty much created on Instagram. And you look at the collectors or, foodies around the world that essentially have kind of created a library of content that has drawn millions and millions of not only fans, but impressions. Now you've got the potential to maybe leapfrog this content into this kind of AR space. Do you think that could be one of the killer aspects for the use of MyWebAR?
So it's a good question. The first, I think one of the main problem that AR can solve on the food industries, it's like life case. When you have an experience, when you go to a new place for you, it's maybe like a little stress to read a menu and see by the end what you will eat, because a
Right.
lot of people don't understand how it's it. And we had a lot of cases when restaurants and bars use this technology to show their consumers what we will eat and how their cuisine will look like. This is a one
Hmm.
case. The second, again, so by case, because in the different industries it can also to work from your marketing side, because you can understand who uh, who is your consumer, and collect their profile like the potential clients and something like that. I mean, like AR, it's not only about visualization or some fun. They have a lot of opportunities to solve marketing tasks, like you can understand who is your consumer and who buy your product, and you can collect them and afterward using from retargeting or something like that.
Yeah.
And from the food industries, yeah, I think it's like you can understand what people prefer, what they keep in attention, and something like that.
Yeah, I think, well, you're right. You get into menu scenarios where if you just had a simple QR code, somebody could just flash that and see the MyWebAR creation of that chef's, that chef plate, or maybe it's just a general menu item. So that's benefit and value. But I think there's going to be some other applications here from both real world, whether this gets integrated into Web3 and we start to see NFT use cases will be the question I think that at least I'm most interested in around AR. For sure going to be watching this one very closely. So Anna, thanks so much for stopping in today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right, so you guys are tuned in right now, maybe over on the podcast side of things. Make sure and drop some notes. We love it to get your feedback over there on the podcast side. But if you want to catch all this more visual entertainment, the way to do it is jump over here to the YouTube channel. It's very simple. Just search Paul Barron Network. You'll find us and become part of our Diamond Circle. It's very simple to do that as well. Just click the link below. That will take you out to our Substack, which is pbn3.substack. It's where all of our Diamond Circle content lives, but also additional content that we don't put anywhere else. And that includes blogs, research, deep dives, and podcasts, all available over there on the Diamond Circle. If you guys want to reach me, it is very simple. Catch me out there on Twitter @Paul Barron. We'll catch you next time right here on Metaverse Insider.